stamp sets in this catalog has to be the Hey Love stamp set. I absolutely love the Hey Love stamp set. So cute. And I have a thing for a play on words. I love when you take an animal or take a word and you make a cute sentiment out of it, like stinking sweet with the skunk, or I'm ape over you with the ape, or you otter be my Valentine with the otter. I mean, I just love this. I'm just so cheesy and corny like this, and this is so me. So I absolutely love that. So good morning to all of you getting on. I'm so glad you can join me this morning. I'm going to take a sip of my tea because my throat is really getting kind of scratchy. Okay. So let's go ahead and I'll show you the projects that we're going to be making today with this cute set. First of all, I love this skunk. He or she is absolutely adorable. And I love that it goes so well with the stitched hearts. He fits perfectly inside of the heart. And these are the new heart stitched framelits that are in the Occasions catalog. And he is just a darling little thing, throwing his little hearts out into the universe. And I used the new Botanical Butterfly Designer Series paper that's free in the Celebration catalog. Have you guys seen that? So first of all, I should probably tell you what Celebration is. Celebration is a time between January 3rd and March 31st where with every $50 order every $50 order, you get a free item out of this catalog. And then there are a couple things in this catalog that with a $100 purchase you can get for free. So this catalog, everything in here you cannot purchase, you get it for free with a purchase. So the cupcakes or the ribbon or the elements, or here's that Botanical Butterfly Garden Designer Series paper, and there's that buffalo check pattern. There's even some striped patterns, and there's even some paper that you can color. So I used it here today on my project with the buffalo check for this adorable little skunk. Love, love, love it. And so I also used the little alligator. I think he is adorable, or she is adorable little alligator. It made me think of my grandma because she used to always say, "See you later, alligator," and then I would say back, "After a while, crocodile." And so this just made me think of her and the little saying we used to have together. And I just thought this crocodile or alligator is really cute. And so I used that same Botanical Butterfly Designer Series paper for the background. And then I used the new stitched rectangle framelits, can't speak today, to make these cute little frames. So I'm excited to show you guys those. But I thought this was a sweet little card. And I used the words from 2 different framelit sets. So I love when I am able to combine several different sets to make a card. And then I have this cute little pillow box with my little gerbil friend, and he's saying, "Hey Valentine," and it has a little window sheet here so that you can see the treats inside. And I colored the pillow box with the Melon Mambo ink refill, and so I'll show you how I did that. So let's go ahead and get started. I say we start with our cute little skunk because he is just absolutely adorable. I'm so sorry on my voice, you guys. I didn't think it was going to be this bad, but it's apparently pretty bad. I have my base cardstock with basic black, and I have a scrap of that buffalo check. So the other side is butterflies. Look how pretty that is. Butterflies and buffalo check. And then I have a piece of real red cardstock to do the hearts. And I have a piece here for the background. All the measurements for my cards can be found on my blog in the project sheets. So if you need measurements, make sure you go there and get that. I have it in a format where you can just print it off. It has pictures of the projects and all the things I used and the measurements. So I have that, and then I have this piece to stamp our little skunk and cut him out. So I'll go ahead and do the stamping part first so we can do all of the Big Shot work together. So I'm going to get my little skunk. Now this is the new Cling stamp sets. So these images are sticky, like it sticks to my finger. And so they stick really, really well to the blocks. And I absolutely love that because now I can have my image on my block and not or image on my stamp and not worry that it's going to fall off the block. Now, the only thing I tell you is to be super careful when you're taking it off your block because it is sticky and it can rip the foam fairly easily. So you just want to get your fingernail or get your finger up under a corner and lift it gently. Because if you start trying to rip this thing off, you're going to rip the stamp. Okay? Don't be afraid, just a helpful hint there. Today, I'm going to be using StazOn ink because we're going to actually color with the watercolor pencils and then use our blender pens to make it look like a watercolor. So, let's go ahead and stamp our skunk on this piece of paper. And you know what? I'm going to stamp them again because I don't think I gave myself enough room for the heart. But I probably did, but I just want to make sure. And now I have two in case I mess up on one. All right, so let's set that out of the way. And then we're going to get our color pencils out. I love these color pencils. They had every color I needed to color these little critters. So that was really fun. I'm using basic black and I'm just going to color him in real quick. And the reason I decided to use the color pencils was because animals are furry. And I think that when you shade with a color pencil, you kind of get those line marks and it looks realistic. Plus, I haven't used my watercolor pencils in a long time. I've been consumed with the blend, so I thought it was a nice little change. So I'm just coloring him in like so. And then I want to do a little pink nose, or actually I think I'm going to do red. A little red nose and some red hearts. Like so. And then I'll show you what the blender pens do. The blender pens are pretty cool. I think they're really neat. You get 4 blends. You get 3 blender pens in a pack. And they're just clear pens. They have a, I don't know what chemical they have inside of them. They have something in them. But you just are going to run it over your color and blend the coloring. So you're not going to have lines. You're not going to have spaces. You're not going to have gaps. It just makes everything look like it's watercolored, like it was painted on. It's really, really cool effect. So if you guys are just getting on, remember to share my video because I will be giving away this stamp set. Can you see the little skunk? See how the blender pen blends? Now you can see that the paper's starting to lift because I've been coloring him too long. And the paper's getting too wet, so I have to move away from there before I destroy his face. But that's how you blend. And then to clean off your blender pen, you're just going to run it across paper until it comes clear again, and then you can move on to the next color. So now that I've done the black, I'm going to go back over the hearts and do the red. Like so. Okay, and that is all that required there. So now we're going to go ahead and we are going to cut out our hearts. And so here are the heart framelets. These are amazing. These are called the Be Mine Stitched Framelets. I've been calling them heart framelets, but they're Be Mine Stitched Framelets. And they come in several different sizes, so you can layer the hearts, which is really fun. And let me pull out my card again so I can show you the layers that we did. Maybe. Come on. There we go. Okay, so I used the big heart. Now the big heart cuts out the center heart, and then the outside is stitched with a scallop. So it creates a frame and an inside piece, and you're going to see how I do that separately. Okay, and then the inside is again, a smaller piece, and like I said, it cuts out the inside, and then it's going to cut out the outside. So I'll show you, it's two steps. And then I just want to show you the second set of heart framelets. There's a really beautiful floral pattern heart and some scallops with stitch and some really pretty patterns of rose and the hearts. So many beautiful framelets in the set. I just had to have it. Absolutely gorgeous. So let's put this in here. Maybe. Okay. And we'll bring the Big Shot over here. Okay, so let's cut out our skunk first. We also need to cut out, I don't know if I can fit both here, but we need to cut out the checkered pattern in the big heart. Like so. Let's see if we can do both at the same time. Oops, don't move. Good morning, Karen. Hi, Amber from Utah in Australia. Thank you guys for watching. So I've got my buffalo check and I've got my skunk. And as you can see, only the center pieces came out. Well, there's this outer frame, if you can see in the hearts, there's an outer frame that's still in there. So you just need your, what is this called? My piercing tool. And you're just going to poke through and pull out the borders. Like so. Okay, now we're going to run this back through the Big Shot one more time, but we're going to do it in the real red because our borders for our hearts are actually done in the red. So we're just going to put these back through one more time. Move these guys out of the way. And now we have our two pieces. So let's go ahead and move the Big Shot and I'll show you what we got. So we have to push this through. And we've got the outside of the heart for both of these. And then you have these two inside pieces and you have these two outside pieces that you could make with another project. Wouldn't that be cute? But we're going to set those aside because we're not going to use those right now. And let me put my framelits away. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. So we have our buffalo check and our skunk. And those are the centers. And then we have these outside pieces like so. And that's pretty much it for our card. We are going to stamp the sentiment on the side. And I think I want to do that before I glue anything down just in case I make a mistake. It's always better to do it that way. That way you can, if you do make a mistake, you can flip it over and try again. So I have the sentiment Stinkin' Sweet. I'm using the black StazOn ink. And I'm just going to stamp the corner here. And there you go. Almost got black ink on my Cowboys jersey. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine what would have happened? I'm just going to clean off my stamp real quick. And there we go. So just peeling off those stamps. Again, like I said, just be really careful when you're peeling off these cling stamps because you can tear the rubber. Okay, so let's go ahead and assemble our pieces. Now, I have the cotton ribbon. This is the 3/8 inch real red cotton ribbon. I used it behind my heart. So I'm going to show you kind of the process of what we did to put these hearts together. So I turned my heart over backwards, and I am using the dimensionals to hold all these pieces together. So I'm just taking some of my dimensionals, don't move, and I'm just going to put them over each. Now I learned this trick from Rebecca at our team meeting last month. She did this and it was so clever. And so I'm just copying her. She just put dimensionals over both so they stuck together, even though they aren't glued together. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some adhesive on the back of my heart. Just going to run a couple of lines of adhesive. And I'm going to be wrapping my ribbon across. I don't want it to touch that. There we go. And I'm just going to kind of zigzag it along the back. Like so. And then we'll trim off the extra. Okay, and then we're going to peel off the backing of these dimensionals. Oops, I have to glue down my other piece first, so we'll do that. Okay, so we'll glue this down first. I don't need the scissors or the ribbon anymore, so we'll move those out of the way. I'm going to glue this down to the center of my base here. And then I'm going to glue my heart down. And I think I want a little bit more. Let's see. There we go. So we'll just glue this down to the center the best you can. Okay, so there's your heart. And then we're going to kind of basically do the exact same thing with the skunk. We're going to, now you could glue him, oh, actually that's what I did. I glued it flat because I didn't want it to have too much dimension so that it wouldn't be able to fit in a regular mailing envelope. So I just glued the inside heart down first and just tried to center that as best I could. Like so. And then I put some adhesive, just dab some adhesive around the outside. Like so. And put that down over the top of it. And you have this cute little skunk card. Oh, I think it's adorable. Give this to my husband for Valentine's Day. It's so cute. I think I'm going to trim off a little bit over here so it's not past the card a little bit. So there you go. Very simple, very cute, right? And those heart framelits do all the work. So pretty. And yes, you could emboss with the heart embossing folder. Very, very cute idea. So I love this card. Absolutely adorable. You could, take it up to the next level by embossing and putting some bling and just, it goes on and on. But I just love this little critter. The Hey Love stamp set is so adorable. And I see hearts, so that's good. I'm glad you guys love that project too. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next one, which is our little alligator. So cute. I can't get over this alligator. Adorable. And we actually I noticed I had a lot of framelit sets that I was like, this is a lot. So I have my rectangle framelits. I have my layering leaf embossing folder because I actually did emboss the rectangle piece of Old Olive. It's not necessary, but anyways, as I was creating, I did that. So I'm just going to do it again. I use the word love from Sunshine Wishes. It has all of these different sentiments on there, and I use the word love. And then from the Celebrate You Thinlits, I use the word you. So see how I used different little, I love framelits that have words. Love them. I own every single one of them. And then again, the rectangles, which I was so excited about. So let's go ahead and stamp our alligator real quick on the piece of Whisper White, and then we'll do all of the big shot work that we're going to need to do. So first things first, then we can color him later. But we're going to put Mr. Alligator on a block, and we'll ink him up. Put him in the center. Him or her, what do you guys think? Is it a guy or a girl? I guess it doesn't matter, huh? Sometimes I think it has eyelashes and I think it's a girl, and then sometimes I think it's a boy. He does, Janie. That's exactly what I was thinking. from the Princess and the Frog movie. He looks like that alligator from that movie. I thought of that as well. Okay. So now that I've stamped him, we'll go ahead and cut out the framelits, or we'll cut out all of the pieces. So we have our base and our beautiful botanical butterfly. Like this is the one where you could actually color. So we have that piece and this kind of, that greenery kind of, you know, I don't know. I thought the alligator looked cute against that. So we'll go ahead and cut out the framelits. The alligator is cut out of the, is this the 4th size? Yes, so this is the 4th rectangle because it's just wide enough to cover his, to get his nose and his tail in there. So we'll cut him out of there. And then I used the larger piece on the old olive with the smaller piece in the center. So we'll do that as well. And then we have to cut out the Love and You with the Melon Mambo. So I just have a piece of Melon Mambo here. So let's go ahead and get our big shot over here. Gender neutral Patty, thank you. I don't know, I just keep going back and forth with this little alligator. I'm like, boy, girl, I don't know. Okay, I am actually going to emboss my piece of old olive first with the layering leaves. Now this is a dynamic embossing folder, so it is a thicker embossing folder. So I am going to be only using 1 plate. So got your basic Big Shot platform, your embossing folder, and 1 plate. And then you have this beautiful embossed image, okay? And then we're going to use the, we're going to bring back the magnetic plate. And we're going to cut out, let's go ahead and just cut out the frame. So I'm going to do this all in one step. So I'm going to have the outer frame and the inner frame here. And I don't even need to use up the whole paper. I can save it for something else. So I'm going to do it off to the side. Oops. Okay. And we'll cut that out. Okay, so now we have our frame piece. Oh geez, did it not cut? Oh boy, it didn't cut. Probably because I tried to do both at the same time. We'll run it back through one more time. Let's see if that helped. Okay, that helped. So running it separately. And line that up and cut that again. Because all we want is just this frame here. So now we have the frame piece. And then we're going to cut our little alligator. Cut our alligator out in the center here. Okay, and then I'm going to see if I can fit words here. Love and You. Okay. So we've got our little alligator. And we have our words. Okay. That's it for the Big Shot. Let me set these scraps to the side here. Put my framelits away because you know me, you guys. I'll be looking for this later on frantically when I can't find it. Okay. At least we know they're in their pouches. Okay, so let's go ahead and color a little alligator again with the watercolor pencils. There is Old Olive in this set, and so that's perfect for our card. So we're just going to color him in with the Old Olive. And the nice thing is you don't have to worry about being like, really good and getting it all covered really well, because the blender pens come in and blend all those lines and make everything a solid image. Hi, Gina. Good morning. Hi, Tammy. Did you, I don't think you were on when I announced winners, but you won the paper pumpkin kit. Congratulations. So thank you guys for watching today, and make sure you hit the share button and share my video. I really, really appreciate when you do that. And I like to show my appreciation by giving away a stamp set. So I'll be giving away the Hey Love stamp set, which is the one I'm using today as my free gift. So make sure you share so you can be entered to win. And I'm just using the Melon Mambo to color his belly and his hat. His little love hat. And then I'm gonna I've missed his little eyelids, so we're gonna do those in the green. Okay. All right, so now it's time to get our blender pen out, and make sure you don't have any ink on the blender pen, and just shade him in. And it just blends all those lines. It really truly is what it's named. It blends the watercolor. Now, I would advise that you don't stick in one place for too long, because this paper will start to tear if it gets too wet and gets rubbed too long. So don't, focus too long on one piece. I went out of the lines a little bit there, but what can you do? Okay, and then just cleaning out the color of my blender pen so that I can move on to the pink and I don't muddy the colors. He's just so cute with his little pink belly. Okay, and then that is it on the alligator. Now we get to just assemble all of our pieces. So we have our picture frame, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue this down. Are you guys loving the Occasions catalog? I am having so much fun playing with everything out of this catalog, and it's so sad because it's like not enough. Like, I want everything out of it. It's like a problem. I am having a hard time just not owning everything at once. So anyways, hashtag first world problems. I don't own everything out of the catalog yet. All right, so I'm going to put this down first, and then I'll position the frame around it. And I just liked to kind of tuck it. I think I did it the opposite way. I tucked it this way and tucked it this way. And then I'll just put some glue underneath these strips here. And you can do it crooked or centered or however it is you want to do it. But this was, I like things crooked. I'm kind of silly that way. Right, Jenny? Our pocketbooks. Yes. My pocketbook is suffering. It's still trying to recover from Christmas, and I'm over here like, I need everything out of the catalog. My husband's like, you needed everything out of the last catalog. It never ends. All right, so we've got our little frame down, and then we have our little words here. And I just love this. It's like, I love you. Love you. So we'll just glue those down. We'll put some adhesive on the back of those. The butterfly dies, Gina, are adorable. Yes, they are a must. So there's a lot of things in this catalog that I have to have. So I'm just put a little bit of adhesive on the back of my pieces, my sentiments, and I'm just gluing those down. And voila, you have the most adorable little alligator crocodile Valentine. It's so adorable. I love it. If I got this, I would melt. I would just be like, oh, it's so cute. So I hope you guys like that. I hope he is as adorable as I think he is. And yeah, that's project number 2 down. So our last project is going to be this cute little Valentine here. He is a little gerbil. Isn't he precious? I'm going to put my precious rectangle. Look how many rectangles you get. Look at these for the sentiments and for, oh, I love it. I love these rectangles. These are my precious, precious rectangles. Thank you, Barbara. Yes, Jenny, the Grapefruit Grove foil paper is absolutely stunning. And I forgot, I went to the dollar store and I bought some candy to put inside my little gerbil pack. And I forgot to put some in, so I'm just going to put some in. Because I found these little cookies and cream tarts. And they have polka dots, like my box does. The little polka dots, and they're pink. They have that melon mambo color. And so when you put these treats in the box, you can see them through the little window. Isn't that cute? So I bought these. These were $1 at the Dollar Tree. And they're perfect for my little treats. So, all right, here's how we did it. Let's go ahead and do the coloring of the pillow box first. I have this, you can see where I did my other pillow box. We're just gonna do it again. And so the first thing you have to do, oh, I grabbed two. The first thing you have to do is open your pillow box. So I just find where the seam is and I just gently separate the sides like so, okay? And then we're gonna open it and lay it flat on your piece of paper towel. I have the Melon Mambo ink refill and I have some rubbing alcohol, and then I put several drops of the Melon Mambo because I want it pretty dark. This is the one I used when I made mine, so I made another mixture in case I run out because I know I'm going to run out. This isn't going to be enough, but so we're just going to spray all over. And this one ran out, but I have my second one. And the reason I use rubbing alcohol is because it dries quickly. So I'm putting it pretty dark because when it dries, it's going to dry lighter than it is. And then the other thing I had an idea I wanted to try was, you can see my pillow box has white sheer. This is the 1/8 sheer Whisper white ribbon that I'm giving away this week. It's a whole spool of it, but I thought we'd try coloring it. Wouldn't that be cool? So remember, like last week, we tried coloring some of the ribbon. So I thought maybe I would try spraying it this time and see if I get the same effect. So I'm just gonna cut a piece off, which I think will be big enough. And I've never done this, so this is trial and error here. Let's see how this works. Ooh, look how cute. Let's see if we got it all. So I love that you can color the ribbon. Like, that's genius, because really if you own white and you own ink refills, you can have any color you want. So look at that. Now we have pink ribbon. Very, very cool. So I'll move this out of the way. And then we have to, I'm gonna use my heat gun on this just to make sure it's dry. And we'll just make sure this is dry real quick. Okay, feels pretty dry to me. So you know, as I was saying that I wanted everything out of this catalog, well, there is actually a really fabulous way to get a whole bunch of things out of the catalog, and it's the starter kit. If I wasn't already a demonstrator, I would be buying the starter kit. I would have bought it already on the 3rd, I'm telling you, because the starter kit is normally $99 for $125 in product, but during Celebration, it is $175 in product for $99. So they are actually giving you $75 in free stuff. So it's a pretty amazing deal. And then you get the 20% discount on everything else. So that's kind of why I signed up for Stampin' Up! Was to get the discount on my product. And then this deal just makes it even sweeter. Okay, so I did a silly thing and I put adhesive on here, but I'm not going to stick that down yet because what I want to do is I want to punch out the center of this side of the box with my pretty label. And so I'm just going to slide this through, but it's sticky because I put adhesive on it, but it'll be okay. So I'm just going to eyeball this, try to center it. I'm going to punch out the area. And then I can glue the window sheet to the inside. So I kind of did this backwards because I put adhesive on that tab first. So don't do that. I have a window sheet here and it's a little bit too big. So I'm going to cut it down slightly. Let's see, will that fit better? Okay. So I have a piece of window sheet and I'm just going to be putting adhesive around this opening and gluing this window sheet down. And this will be our little window that peeks into the pillow box. So our Valentine can see what they're getting for Valentine's. So just gluing that down. Okay, so I have adhesive on here, so I'm going to fold this over and glue that down. And isn't that cute? I made a cute little pink box. So cute. All right. So then we are going to fluff it up. I like to call it fluff it up. And there's a score line that's already been scored into the pillow box. And you're going to push down the side that has the little tab. And the reason you do that one first is because you need to be able to have a little grab thing that can flip it open. So the top one is the flap without the little divot in it. And so you'll fold that away. That's why I had this window box or the window on this side. So here's our little pillow box on one side. I'm going to do the same on this side. Just fold that down like so. Okay, and now you have your pillow box. Let's fill it with some cookies and cream hearts, polka dot hearts. Oops. Well, that didn't work. Love these little heart candies. So cute. Okay. And you could even glue down one side if you wanted, but they stay closed really well. You can see I haven't glued anything and the sides stay closed. Okay, and then we have our pretty, look at how pretty our ribbon turned out, you guys. That's so cool. All right, so let's go ahead and do our stamping, and we're going to have to cut it out as well. So I have a piece of Whisper White, and we're going to stamp our little gerbil, our little guy here. He's so adorable. And we're going to stamp him with the StazOn ink. I just need to make sure I give myself enough room for the heart. So there he is, and we're going to color him with our watercolor pencils. And he is so tiny and so sweet, and we don't really need a lot of color on him. I'm just going to shade him in here with Early Espresso. Little guy. Get his arm and his foot. And then I'm going to take Melon Mambo and do his little heart that he's holding on to in the center and his little nose. Okay, and then we're going to just use that blender pen and blend the colors. Make it look like watercolor. Just scribble out the ink until it comes clear. And go again over the pink. Okay, and then we need to cut. We need to use our heart framelits and cut out. Where did I put my heart framelits? In a safe place. We're going to cut him out, and I used the second size of the heart here. So he's right there in the center of it. So we'll bring this in. And we'll just center him. He is adorable. And then remember, you have that piece on the inside of here, so you'll need your piercing tool to get that out. And you can use that on another project if you like. So I have a collection of hearts going, little scrap hearts that I'm going to use with other things. Okay, and then you'll need Melon Mambo ink because we're going to stamp the Hey Love sentiment. And I have Hey Love here, and I'll get a block. I mean, Hey Valentine, sorry, Hey Valentine. And we're just going to stamp that. I need to give myself a little bit of space because I'm going to glue it underneath the heart a little bit. So just giving myself a little bit of space. And I am just going to trim this down with my trimmer. So I'll bring my trimmer into view. I have my Hey Love here. Or Hey Valentine. Why do I keep saying Hey Love? And I'm just going to trim that down like so. And then I'm going to do my little dovetail trick. You guys know the dovetail trick, right? So you cut down the center. Oops, my little gems are in the way. Cut down the center and go from the corner and meet in the center cut. Just like so. Easy peasy. All right, so then we'll glue this behind our little, oh, I made this one stitched. Let me show you how I made it stitched. I'm sorry. There's this little stitch piece that just does a stitch here, and I need it. I need it to be stitched, so I have to bring my Big Shot back in. I love the stitch, so it has to be. You can actually do this step when you're cutting out the heart itself, but I forgot that step. So I love that they've thought of everything and they've added that stitch layer in the heart framelits. So see, look at, now he's stitched. So cute. Okay. It was worth that extra little step, I think. So now we have to just glue this behind our little heart here. Like so. Okay. And then I just glued him, I actually just glued the heart down. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Ooh. I just put a little bit of glue in the corner of the heart and I just glued that down right here. Just so that he would be adhered. And it's not wanting to glue. And then I took my ribbon and I wrapped it around. Thank you, Sonia. Debbie, I haven't forgot about you. I'm going to find the link to that card rack. Sorry. Been a busy week. Okay, so let's see. Trying to get my ribbon to be flat and not all twisted up. Oh my gosh, I love this pink ribbon. We made this. This is so cute. So cute. We made the pillow box and the ribbon match. Oh my gosh, how adorable is that? So there you go. Look, which one do you guys like better? They're so cute. My little gerbils. So adorable. I absolutely love this set. I hope I have made you guys fall in love with this set as well. They're just so adorable. I can't get enough of them. These cute little critters. And I'm going to be using them for my Blends Club this month. I've got one of the projects. I don't know if you guys saw my little ape. My little I Am Ape Over You Valentine box. This is a really cool box that opens like so. And so this is one of the projects we'll be making in Blends Club this month. You have until the 15th of January to sign up for Blends Club. We do 2 projects every month, and this is our 3rd month, and there are 4 colors that I recommend that you purchase. So Blends Club, if you have questions, let me know about that. But it is going to be both local at my house or long distance. And I do a video, I mail you a video, and I mail you your projects each month. And all you do is place an order for the blends, the 4 blends colors that I use that month. So easy peasy. You guys have a fabulous week. Thank you so much for watching and joining me for another Coffee and a Card.